Hello friends, welcome back to Greta's Travels and welcome to this Maldives rainy season video. In this video I'm going to share with you exactly what it's like to visit the Maldives in rainy season. As you can see, it's quite good weather today, it's not raining, but I will share with you exactly how much it rains, what kind of weather you can expect, the pros and cons of visiting the Maldives during rainy season, and just generally everything you need to know if you're planning to visit the Maldives during low season, which is rainy season, and whether it's worth it or not. So let's go. Rainy season in the Maldives goes from mid-May to November, with April and December being considered the transitional shoulder periods. This is when the southwest monsoon comes in, as it brings more rainfall.
Subiamo el trópico!
Maldives in rainy season. On average, the Maldives receive over 240 millimeters of rain and 14 rainy days per month during the wet season. For comparison purposes, in the dry season, from January to March, you only get between 50 and 70 millimeters of monthly rain and between 5 and 7 rainy days per month. However, it's worth noting that the Maldives are stretched out over 1,000 islands and they are very long geographically, so the weather can vary a lot from island to island. Generally speaking, the northern atolls tend to receive less rainfall, whilst the southern atolls receive more. In a tropical climate, however, statistics don't really mean much. If you're wondering what these numbers actually mean in real life, here is our experience. We spent 3 weeks in the Maldives from mid-May to early June, and we got to see the variable rainy season in action. Out of 21 days, there was only 1 day where it rained the whole day and we couldn't do much. We then had maybe 3 or 4 days where it was quite cloudy but without rain, which meant we could still do stuff, it just wasn't as pretty without the sun. And besides that, the rest of the time we had gorgeous sunny weather, with the occasional cloud, which is actually welcome for pale-skinned people like me. We often had super sunny days where a storm would roll in, rain for half an hour and then move on, or it would sometimes rain at night. Overall, even though it's called wet season, it's nothing like a grey winter in Europe. It will actually be nice weather for most of the time, but with strong and short downpours. Now let's talk about the pros and cons of visiting the Maldives in rainy season. The main downside is obviously that it's very likely that it will rain. There is also a high chance of wind, which means choppier seas, and the visibility in the ocean isn't as good for snorkeling. However, I personally think the pros greatly outweigh the cons. The biggest advantage of visiting during rainy season are the cheaper low season prices. And when I say cheaper, I mean substantially cheaper. A resort that might cost you over 2,000 euros per night over Christmas might only cost you 500 euros per night in low season. And this doesn't just apply to hotel rooms. You'll find it reflected in everything else like restaurants, tours, and even international flights. Many resorts will also offer low-season packages, where they'll throw in some spa treatments or excursions with your standard fee. Besides the price, another advantage of rainy season is that the southwest monsoon also brings big swells and waves. So if you're a surfer, the months from June to November are actually the best ones to visit the Maldives, as you're guaranteed big waves and cheaper prices. Another thing to take into account is that the southwest monsoon brings with it an abundance of plankton, which means that the filter feeders will follow, which means manta rays and whale sharks. If you want to maximize your chances of snorkeling with these beautiful sea animals, you'll have better luck doing so during the wet season. So is it worth visiting the Maldives in rainy season? Personally, I think it definitely is. Yes, there is a chance that it will rain, but considering how much cheaper it is, it means you can afford to stay more days in the Maldives and thus increase your chances of sunny days. Plus, it also means less tourist crowds, more surfing waves, and more chances of swimming with manta rays and whale sharks. The only scenarios in which I wouldn't recommend visiting during rainy season is if you have limited holiday time, say less than 1 week. I say this because the weather is always unpredictable, so even if statistically it only rains in short and strong downpours, if you're unlucky and you get a whole week of bad weather, it will kind of ruin your trip, since there isn't much else to do in the Maldives that isn't tied to the beach. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video about visiting the Maldives during rainy season. As you can see, it can be a bit of a hit or miss, but there are also lots of benefits to visiting the Maldives in rainy season. It just depends on your priorities and travel style. So if you have any questions, just drop them in the comments below, and make sure to like and subscribe and come back next week for a new video. Thank you. Bye.